USI pop back up. Oh, so strange. Everything is so strange. All right. So market's open. Let's see what's what. Um, Crypto's leading the day today. Looks like Roku up a little bit. Everything else is basically flat to slightly down. Tesla has earnings tonight. That's gonna tell the tale. Um, yeah, that's gonna tell the tale. Tesla earnings tonight. We shall see. Not greatly concerned about Tesla earnings. Kind of more amusement at this point than anything else. Good, the Nasdaq's holding up well. Let's look at the Russell 2000. If the Russell breaks out, we may have a nice move on our hands. It'll be a bit of a broader market rally, which is pretty cool. I think the Qs are in a great space. Nvidia not backing away from the rebound. Yeah, all in all, I think we're doing better. There we go. It looks a little similar to this. You're missing the volume on the pop-up here, but it's looking similar for whatever that's worth. Really good volume in this breakout. Here's a small consolidation and then another dip. Here's a small consolidation, pop up, then another dip. There's the pop up. There's the pop ups. They do look very similar. Not sure if we can expect that type of large rally out of there, but because we were trying to break out from this consolidation, this would be a slightly different situation. This may even reset the base count on Nvidia right here. Maybe it's easier to see it on the weekly. So that may qualify for a flat base. And that may actually, this may qualify as a base on base pattern on NVIDIA, as a matter of fact, which I'm not too mad at. Oh, that'd be pretty welcome, actually, base on base pattern on something like an NVIDIA. That's pretty good. AMD, as we saw, was already trying to rebound from recent test of the 100 level. Both of these obviously huge names in the chip space. AMD taking a lot of market share from names like Intel. But at the same time, man, I gotta say, what Apple Computer has been able to do is with the Mac, geez, absolutely phenomenal. I mean, so far everything they said with the M1 appears to be correct. It's a little bit of an issue with um, everything system on chip in terms of longevity with some of the SSD, where we're at with SSD. But from a sales perspective, I mean, it may not even matter. I don't know, but some of those computers are are just crazy. The growth in Mac was like 70%, which is insane. Now they did lose that lawsuit in regards to their um, being able to force their third party people to make payments through Apple. That's going to take a revenue hit of some sort. But I don't know. Nice little rebound here, test of the breakout here, and then back up. Um, but that Mac, those Macs are bonkers. And something Tim Cook said, I'm going to regret talking about all this right now. Something Tim Cook said about a 2-year rollout of Apple Silicon. 2-year Apple Silicon transition. I do remember this during the presentation. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I happened to catch this part of it. Apple. Oh, this wasn't that long ago. Completed 2-year Apple Silicon transition. Will still be on time. An updated MacBook Air and a new MacBook Pro. So they've already done that. So the 2-year transition is basically all of its products off of Intel products. Okay. M1 M1 Max launched November 2020. Yeah, so about a year ago. And so we're seeing we're seeing good. Man, still though that current Mac chip is crazy. Single core performance has been matched by Intel. Well, yeah, it's not about single core. Apple does a pretty good job of splitting up their stuff at an OS level, I believe, from what they said. I don't know if that's across this everything or if that's just for certain applications, but so yeah, a lot of new good stuff. A lot of new good stuff with Apple coming out of the product portion there. All right, not a whole lot moving today. Let's go to the global watch list of LAD. Looks like CCC is gone now. As of today, that says the 20th. That says the 19th. Okay, that's odd. Lithium Motors. No, wait, no, this isn't Lithium Motors. I was confused. These are mining. Oh, it is Lithium Motors. Okay. Oh, but this isn't. This is nothing with electric cars. These are a used car dealership, and they do appear to be wanting to do something right now. Actually, earnings. Okay, that is a catalyst. So this looks this is pretty good for a long term. Almost, it's a little shy. I like about 9 months for a long term turnaround play, but oh, this may qualify. It's a pretty nice consolidation. I don't even think it's maybe a very slight double bottom base. 11.21 earnings, 35-cent dividend coming up. Lithium Motors. All right, let's take a look down. VIP Shop, another big Chinese name, all the way back down. Look at the weekly in the top left chart. All the way back down. INMD going to new highs already. Peloton looks like it found a floor. Long-term turnaround play candidate here as well. Look at all this volume down here. So had a bunch of volume here, bunch of volume here. So it looks like they're finding this floor at about the $80 level. And 92 isn't too far away when we were at 170. So actually Peloton here is showing a little bit of resilience. Good volume this morning as well. This could be somewhat early stage, actually. I mean, Peloton does have branding and should have some staying power. I know there is competition stepping up, but that always happens to all these companies. The question is, can they weather it and continue on? I would argue with Peloton probably. I mean, they have a lot of, like I said, a lot of branding power, a lot of cachet. Let me change this one too. Too many bars. There we go. So beautiful long-term consolidation for Peloton here. Down near kind of long-term lows and popping up. That's a pretty good sign right there. There's VIP Shops again. EDU, another Chinese name. This was, look at the trajectory this was on the weekly. I mean, this was basically 10x from 2015 into the beginning of 2021. And straight down to the bottom. Wow. 10 for 1 stock split? Why? That's weird. A lot more research would be needed to get feel healthy about this one. I don't know what's going on here. No, they're strictly in China, if I'm not mistaken. So when you see a big move like that, when you think about getting interested, really pays to do your homework. DYOD. DY. Do your own due diligence. DYODD. Something like that. All right, GBTC. Trying to keep pace there with BTC. You know, I heard there was a new Bitcoin ETF. Um, wasn't it BTFD? No, maybe it was a joke post I saw. I thought an ETF launched yesterday. Oh, we are through 64, ladies and gentlemen. That just happened? That just happened. We are through 64. Holy crap. Okay, here we go. Wow. All-time high BTC. Let's see what happens here. It's looking like it was going to happen soon. Don't start doing bad stuff, Biddy. Everything looks like it's up today. All right. Let's go see what the stock market is trying to do because of it, if anything. Actionable list. And right, blockchain and SI were leading the charge. SI still leading the charge. All right. SI, right, blockchain 245. How's ETH doing? Going towards that 40-20 level. Lagging a little bit, but it's trying to get there. All right, BTC so far holding strong. Good stuff, man. Okay. I kind of have to, I do have to keep a loose eye on this. If this fails from these levels, it's going to be damaging. But so far, so good. So far, so good. All right. Back to the El Stacos. I think Square's looking extremely healthy as well, coming out of a handle situation. I think Square's in a good spot too. All right, SIP 7% off of these lows after earnings, which gapped it down. It just looks like just a ton of buying pressure down here. SI was on a really, really, really nice run and flagged out. Earnings came, gapped it down. It'll be back for sure. Nice base being formed here. All right, Biddy, BTC. Well, my 5-minute chart, which I usually don't run on to, but hey, what's up, Jared? 2-hour time frame right there. Yeah, good crypto stuff today for sure. We are in all-time highs. And Market's doing interesting. Market's doing good too. Stock market, SI, looking great for a rebound after that drop down. See if they bring the glory back to right blockchain or not. But definitely SI appears to be in a good spot. Nasdaq itself is in a good spot, back above the middle Bollinger Band line. We're looking good. LAC looks like it's leading the downside charge here, at least for the day. Roku, Tesla flat. Okay. What up, fella? Yeah, it is. It is breaking out. Got it on tap over here. We keep coming back to it. We saw it a minute or so after it did. And it's holding up there. They're not bringing it back down. Everything holding. Cool, cool. Okay. Good stuff. Master's up here joining us. MicroStrategy, called Master, MSTR. Right, blockchain. So now 3 BTC derivatives, at least in my actionable list, are up here. Let's check on my global list. SI, LAD on NBK. So SI still leading the list there. Lithium Motors having a good day today, attempting a long-term turnaround breakout. INMD loosely in all-time highs. KG with garbage bounce play. I just may remove KG. I don't know. Maybe one day if Rob ever comes back, I'll let Rob make the decision. I don't know. And then there's Master. Peloton, interesting from a potential turnaround perspective. It looks like it's hit a floor. Not a whole lot else though. All right, there's Riot Blockchain. Also trying to break a trend line here. Those GBTC. So yeah, those BTC derivatives are sitting up here, and BTC looks like it's not interested so far in dropping. That's a good sign. And then we got a pretty much a full green candle at this point. All right, let's get this party really started and see if some of these derivatives are going to be going. GBTC SI about 8%. There's right at 3.5. Taking over recent highs, some decent pocket pivots here. Not too bad, not too bad. Euphoric? Me euphoric? Oh, you won't see me euphoric probably for a long time. It just won't happen. Um, yeah, not me. Just in general, I don't know. I've done enough. I've done so much damage to some of my good, really excellent that I've done that it's gonna take a while for me to get euphoric. Yeah, it's hard to be euphoric when you're just repairing damage. I guess that's a better way of doing it because that's pretty much what I'm doing, repairing damage at this point. I've done a ton of good, and then I fucked up quite a bit of it. Now I'm just trying to dredge my way back. So euphoria, not in the cards. Okay, BTC. Okay, still chilling where it was, about 66. Yeah, we're 65.8. Turning into a BTC show. But when it's popping, I guess that's a good thing. All right, so oh yeah, one thing. The reason I actually saw the BTC is I was going to go look for. I thought it was a Bitcoin ETF that actually launched. 4% trading debut on the NYSE. Yeah, what's it? I was trying to look for it. BITO. Oh, okay. There we go. Let's check it out. All right. Up 3%. Let me add this to my global watch list. First actual ETF. I wonder how it works. And see if it has options. It does. It already has some options. Wow, look at that. Excuse me. Oh, it's a pro shares. Nice. This headline scares the crap out of me. Don't you have a website? I want to go to their damn website. Export. Here we go. All right, let's see what they have to say about expense ratio 0.95%. Bitcoin linked ETF offering investors an opportunity to gain exposure to Bitcoin returns in a convenient, liquid, and transparent way. Provide capital appreciation primarily through managed exposure to Bitcoin futures contracts. Fund does not invest directly in Bitcoin. The price and performance of Bitcoin futures should be expected to differ from the current spot price of Bitcoin. So, okay, I'm not sure if it's a true Bitcoin ETF or if it's even available to be so. But via the futures that have now been around for a while, they're able to do this, whatever this is. All right, that's what I wanted to know, basically. Daily holdings. CME Bitcoin futures. Net cash and 3% of treasuries. Okay. All right. So there's Bitto. I mean, without any context, it's hard to really say what this thing's going to do, but like I know with I mean everyone's targeting at least double where we're at now, so that would put this maybe about 80 if percentages remain the same. Excuse me. Okay. All right. What's our volume like here? Wow, not low at all. 4 million shares. Okay, that's pretty liquid. Good, good, good. All right. So we got Bitto, which is a really weird name for anything. All right, Action Let's Right, blockchain up here, SI Master still up here, Restoration Hardware. Looks like we've had a bit more red creep in on us. Nasdaq's actually flipped a little bit. Tesla has earnings tonight, which is probably why it's stagnant, but a mad rush into it. 10:20 after market hours, and Bitcoin is in highs, but not really rocking. Okay, that's about it. SPY all-time high. Not sure about that one, Satan. Don't think you're watching, but interesting. All right, yeah, pretty lazy day here. I mean, on the stock market actually, except for BTC action. Pretty lazy day. All right, Bitcoin right back at it. Nice. That's what you want to see. All right. What else we got? Anything? Yeah, crypto's a story today, guys. No, no stupid stocks. No stupid stocks today on the stock show. It's all crypto. Okay. Hmm. I got a busy morning today, man. Lately, I went from having basically no schedule and lots of open time to basically everything bombarding me from all kinds of directions in the course of about 3 weeks. So very unique. So I've got to actually have a dentist appointment today before my power hour, which is going to be interesting. And I'm going to start doing my show right now, probably at least my newsletter. All right, SI 6.64, trying to bounce out of lows. You got Monster, Master, whatever up here, right? Blockchain. Just wait. These guys are just waiting for BTC to make another tick up, and looks like they're going to keep going as well. And a GBTC, which I don't have up here on the actionable list, is already doing pretty good, matching Bitcoin pretty well. I'd say GBTC is probably a better approximation for Bitcoin right now than a lot of things. So BitO 3%. Okay, so it's doing a pretty good job of tracking BTC, I guess. 2.71. Not too bad. Now, granted, they have different times that they open and close. That's going to do something. So, but there's BitO for whatever that's worth. I think it could be worth something. I still like GBTC, but it's on the OTHC or the OTC, the over the counter exchanges, which is unfortunate for that asset. Net actually having some down days. Finally, jeez, look at that. This is a very weird. I'm not quite sure how to classify this. It's an inside candle. If you look at the candle, it looks very normal, but volume is heavy. So not exactly sure how to. Looks like some distribution. If you look at the accumulation distribution tool, obviously the biggest volume in the morning with a huge dump. Able to bounce back, but volume would be lower, which leads to a net loss. So maybe we're going to go into a malaise downtrend on net, which has just been on a blockbuster move up lately. Just look at these two weekly candles. Boom, boom, massive, massive buying in net. So net is a buy at some point. Could be on the 10-day, could be on the 20-day. Probably is on the 10-day. The way that this is shaken up. So I'll keep an eye out for that if that's something that you're interested in. Other than that, you got these BTC derivatives that are going. All right, stable. Oh, stocks are so slow. So I'll keep right up here for a bit. So I mean, Riot's been a one of the first instruments for Bitcoin, as a matter of fact, was Riot Blockchain. Um, Ever since 2007, which is nuts. I don't know if this was always. I used to know the history of this company, but I don't anymore. I don't remember what that was down there. Obviously, that wasn't Bitcoin, um, but they changed their direction. I forget when, but it's been one of the better approximations and ways to kind of trade in Bitcoin. There's a lot more options now, with SI being the bank to crypto. There's Master or MicroStrategy. Hey, what's up, JV? And Right Block, and then Right Blockchain, and they have they have BITO. They have the Bitcoin futures, which is slash BTC for me, which is in all-time highs. You know, I wonder if I should just invest in this. I haven't traded the BTC futures before. I'm not big on futures, like actual futures trading. Very, very volatile. But I think Bitcoin is in a super trend. But it's tracking pretty good. 66, what are we at? 66465. We're at 658. So I think it's pretty good when the futures are a little more bullish. Not bad. All right. SI 8.62. Thoughts on AMC? It's been in this consolidation pattern for a while. Yeah, a bit of volatility squeeze. It looks like it is trying to come off of the low of this large cup it's trying to form right here. Yeah, it's just in the middle of this big thing. It's hard to gain a big edge out of that. I yeah. I mean, it's promising in a number of ways. It's promising in the way that it's made a higher low here. It's promising that we're lower volume and we're happy about this $40 level. It's promising that we're cupped up in this area like this and we're kind of on the upswing. Even the fact that we pulled back yesterday is maybe can give you a little bit of a discount. There's there's a little bit of a arc happening here right there. So yeah, it's good from those perspectives for sure. Other than that, I mean, AMC's business is a whole different ball game. I haven't been that plugged into it. I mean, keep. I know it's a COVID play and all that, blah blah blah, and it's a meme stock and all that, blah blah blah. But pre-COVID, it's $6 up here. From can the company sustain this? Because this whole meme stock is a new phenomenon. It's hard to know how they work long term. So being on the bleeding edge of this is uh is difficult at best because you don't know the long term ramifications. Like the biggest one obviously is GameStop, and that isn't doing anything for anybody really. It's kind of happy where it is. Also a bit of a squeeze. 200-day moving average catching up, but we don't know. The guy that started this thought GameStop actually had some fundamental viability, which was different than different than a lot of these other ones. I don't know about AMC. I don't know if it's in the same boat or not. But the whole reason GME, the guy even started GME, was because he's like, this thing actually has value in it. These short sellers are killing the stock, and it's turned into something other than what it started out to be. And then AMC got jumped in the mix, here, but much later on here with that. So that was kind of the pump with GameStop, and it did good, and then now it obviously had this other crazy ass pump. But we don't know how these stories end. And the whole point about technical analysis is knowing a little bit of the history, and we don't have that with these meme stocks. So it's hard to know for sure, but just on a strictly technical basis, it's not bad. There's no major edge in here. I mean, you do have a little bit of an edge, actually, the fact that you're lower in this consolidation here. And I guess we're not that low. So 53 to 33, that would make 43 the middle. So we're really not that low, actually. There's about 43, but a little dump under the middle. It could mitigate your risk. Even right there is 15%. I'm not sure where you'd have to go. So it's interesting. There's nothing about it necessarily that screams get away, but nothing that screams get into me. And you can invest in whatever you want to in the market. And so I try to choose quality, and I try to choose things that make a lot of sense, just common sense. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, JB. All right, guys, I'm gonna bail. I got a busy day ahead of me today. Well, let's look at BTC all-time high. See if we're holding up, and we're still up there. So good sign so far. I mean, it's not a blockbuster move up. We didn't rocket up to 70, 80,000. We're still stuck at 66, but doing good, and the market is just chilling. So, all right, guys, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys tomorrow.